We're back now with the latest move in the streaming wars. Roku City could have a new owner. That's because Fox Corporation, the parent company of Fox News, announced it plans to buy streaming giant Roku for $22 billion. Fox is owned by Lachlan Murdoch. You're probably familiar with his media mogul father, Rupert Murdoch. The Roku platform reaches over 100 million households around the world, so that deal is pretty huge. Let's talk about it more with the Anchor's Natalie Jarvey. Natalie, thank you so much for joining us this evening. So let's just kind of set the stage here. What exactly is in it for Fox and Roku here? And are there any hurdles for a deal like this?
Yeah, this is all about creating as large an ad platform as possible. Roku, combined with Fox-owned Tubi, which is another free streaming service, is a really large service that can now, really compete in the age of YouTube and Facebook and all these major tech platforms. Now, in terms of whether this deal can go through, I don't think anyone is expecting that it will face major issues. It does still have to clear DOJ and FTC approval. But Fox generally pretty friendly with the Trump administration. And Fox has become a pretty small entertainment company after selling a lot of its business to Disney a few years back. So there aren't any real monopoly issues here.
Now, aside from that, even if there aren't any sort of monopoly issues, what does this mean for the broader media landscape? I mean, it seems to some that have been watching this space that Fox has been very much all in on broadcast. Now you have this Roku tie-up. Is that just a function of the streaming era that we're in, or is this about just scale? We saw that the Warner Brothers, acquisition or Paramount's acquisition of Warner Brothers just complete last week.
Yeah, so Fox took a very interesting strategy when they sold a lot of their entertainment properties to Disney and largely sat out the subscription streaming wars. But instead, they have decided to focus on free ad-supported streaming. Fox bought Tubi, which is one of the largest free ad-supported streaming services out there. And then now with Roku is digging even further into this space. They're making this bet that more people want to be able to watch entertainment programming for free, more cheaply than they can do with a subscription service. We're certainly seeing that with how dominant YouTube is in TV living rooms these days. And so, they're making this bet that free ad-supported viewing will only increase.
Yeah, an important point you bring up that YouTube is just as much a competitor as all these other ones. You can only put your two eyeballs on one thing. But Natalie Jarvey, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.